The following is a production of DallasCowboys.com and the Dallas Cowboys Football Club.
How about them Cowboys?
Yeah!
Go Cowboys!
Let's go, baby!
Are you ready for a break?
Yes.
Are you ready for a break?
Absolutely.
Ready for a break?
Yeah, and so much for that.
It's time for The Break on DallasCowboys.com.
We were on the break!
With Ambar Garcia, Bryan Broaddus, Voch Lombardi, and Derek Eagleton.
It is Friday, September 12th, 2025, season 21, episode number 36. Welcome to the latest edition of The Break. We're live from SWBC Mortgage Studios at the Star, presented by LG. LG is the world's #1 OLED TV brand for 11 years and counting. See why at lg.com/OLED Evo. All right, we got a lot of fun for you guys today. We got 45 minutes. We're getting you ready for Cowboys versus Giants. Actually, before we get to our Cowboys versus Giants, this isn't even on my rundown, but I actually just see on our TVs here in the studios, they're talking about the game last night, the Commanders versus the Packers. My assumption is that everybody at this table probably watched that game or has heard something from that game. What did you think of that game? Because these are two teams the Cowboys will be playing not long from now. In 2 weeks, they'll be playing the Packers, and the Commanders come, maybe a few weeks after that? Sure. What were your thoughts as you watched that game?
Well, Washington looks weird 2 weeks in a row, but they couldn't beat Cooper Rush last year, so I don't know what all the fuss is about there. But Green Bay looks real good, and Micah looks better than he ever has. Maybe you get a little bit more money, get some more motivation. I mean, his back ain't hurting. Some going on over there, but Green Bay offense looks in sync, and even when Micah's not on the field, the Green Bay defense looks good. So the Cowboys have a handful week 4, but when it comes to Washington.
Yeah, I think it's more about Washington. I don't know if Washington, and, I went into this year kind of feeling like Philadelphia, Washington, Dallas, maybe in that order, maybe Washington above Philadelphia. But it looks like this thing is more wide open than I even believed. And so, with the situation, you've seen Philadelphia. We'll see the Giants this week. We've talked about the Giants a bunch, but I just kind of wonder, there's some teams that have started very well in these seasons, and then all of a sudden things start to fade at the end there. But Green Bay looks like a team they went out and they got a defensive piece that's helping them quite a bit. It's given them a little energy for their room. They sustained an injury last night to the wide receiver, broken collarbone. How bad is that going to hurt them? But I just feel like the more that I watch these teams play now, like I say, the Washingtons, the Philadelphias, this NFC East, I think, is wide open, whereas before I didn't think that was the case.
Yeah, the Commanders, they look like a team that currently I'm not worried about. Like, I trust the Cowboys to be able to compete very well against them once they face them. But the one to keep an eye on is the one that's coming up next, very, very close in a couple of weeks, and it's the Packers. And, that's a team that's constantly giving you trouble, and the more and more you see, I don't want to talk about Micah, but you see him on TV all the time. He's a big headline there, so that's going to be a huge game. And the way that they're continuously now building that momentum, it's concerning. It can be scary. So hopefully we'll see what happens in the next 2 games, or what would be another week before
2 weeks.
Yeah. 2 weeks.
This week and one more against the Bears.
Yeah.
But for them, it's one more week.
They got Browns
and then Cowboys. Yeah. So that's what I mean. We'll see what happens. But it looks like they're coming in with really, really good momentum once they face the Cowboys, and that's concerning.
Yeah, but if I can, please. So, if I could just hate on Green Bay for a second, because I'm always going to find a way to hate on Green Bay. Would you chalk it up to, the Lions got coaching changes, right? They just shipped off both of their guys, so maybe the Lions are a little bit rusty.
No, absolutely.
And you got Jaden Daniels, the year 2 quarterback thing, right? The rookies always look good, but when they get the film, maybe you look a little different. Yeah. Could you maybe see the, Browns giving them a hard time, or even Dallas giving them a hard time when, that comes?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know what to necessarily think of them relative to everyone else. Excuse me. What I do know is I look at this team, and I think right now they were a good defense last year.
Sure.
You had a freak like Micah Parsons. I think they have the ability to be a great defense, and that's the real difference. Their offense is kind of, I don't know. I don't know how much you can trust an offense where there isn't really a go-to skill player at the receiver position.
Right.
Tucker Kraft's starting to show you a little bit, so that could
Right.
be a little interesting. But that all being said, I think the strength of that team is really their defense. And as long as they're playing great defense, if they can continue to play great defense, they're going to be in the mix with
As
the
long as the Cowboys figure out how to finish games.
Yeah.
Because that's the biggest thing against the Packers in years.
The MO really that people are kind of asking questions about around the league, gang of 7 guys and stuff like that, is that I was going to work that in there.
You was gonna work
After
that
I
in
was
there, huh?
taunted earlier in this
in there.
broadcast about it.
Gonna work that.
The thing with the Packers is they're people are saying, listen, if you figure out their first 15, that they don't play well beyond their first 15 offensively. So if all of a sudden you find a way to weather the storm initially with the Packers, now Ambar's right, their defense looks very good, but offensively, maybe you get in a game with them that you do hit some plays, you do move the ball on them a little bit, but their offense beyond that start is kind of where, okay, now they come back to the field a little bit. So maybe that's something we need to keep an eye on as we got a couple more games before that one.
Yep. All right, let's transition. Let's start talking a little bit more of this Cowboys-Giants matchup. Let's talk first about a couple injuries. Malik Hooker, he was DNP earlier in the week, but was limited in practice yesterday with a foot injury. What are we hearing about him and his status?
Yeah, that was a toe injury, and he was dealing with that, and I was told everything should be okay with that. So not a worry there, from what I heard initially.
Let's flip over the Giants side. They had 2 linebackers that are on their injury report that did not practice. Micah McFadden
He's not
with a
gonna
foot
play.
injury. Is he on IR at this
He's
point?
on IR.
He is on IR.
Yeah.
And then you've got linebacker Demetrius Flanagan-Fowles, who also did not practice. How much are they compromised as a defense with 2 linebackers now potentially down this game?
Thought you get an idea. You're going to take that Abdul Carter and play him some off-ball linebacker in this one?
And I think that'll be fantastic.
For them or for Cowboys?
For Cowboys. Micah McFadden is a really smart linebacker, physical linebacker, makes all the plays. So him just being gone, that's already humongous. But the fact that they're taking Carter, if you want to, put him in some sort of pass coverage and drop him back and keep him from rushing, then cool. Knock yourself out, player. And now you only have to deal with 2 edges for the most part, just as opposed to 3. And that goes back to the Micah thing when he was here, people wanted to play him at linebacker and drop him off. When you drop him in coverage, that's one less rush for him, right? So if you want to not rush Carter, then cool. I think the Giants should just roll with their guy Musau, and I'm not a big fan of Musau, but if I'm the Giants, I don't want to take away one of my best rushes. And the Giants ain't got a whole bunch to be smiling about, but Carter is one of them. So if you want to keep him from rushing as a Cowboy, please, by all means.
Was Carter an off ball? He didn't play any. I didn't see him playing off ball in college, right?
He was an edge rusher.
Right. So,
but he started at Penn State as an off-ball linebacker.
Oh, that's what I was asking.
Year before last, he was just a linebacker.
Got it,
Then his last year in college, he was a pass rush guy. For sure.
So he has some background there. That would be the reason why you think maybe the Giants would consider it.
Hyphenated name Flanagan-Fowles is the guy. He has a calf injury, and that one doesn't sound like it's going to allow him to play this weekend. So you're right. They're going to probably have to elevate some guys and then move some guys around in order to make that work.
Yep. All right.
The one you need to think about, though, is the offensive tackle, Andrew Thomas. Because I heard from some Giant people this morning driving in before Voch and I did our podcast together this morning that Andrew Thomas is going to practice today, practiced yesterday. They think this is closer to a game-time decision. If everything goes well today, they'll see how he responds tomorrow and then make that determination. But there's a chance that Andrew Thomas, their talented tackle, might play in this football game on Sunday.
How much are they compromised going back to the linebackers? How does Dallas take advantage of them not having some of their starters out there or their starter and some of their depth out there at linebacker?
Do you feel like in the middle of the field that the commanders were attacking them a little bit, throwing the football?
Yeah.
It's kind of what the vibe I got. The thing with McFadden is sideline to sideline player, plays well in coverage. They've got this pass rush. Their pass rush is really kind of neutralized because their secondary doesn't play well. And so they have some linebackers and now that are going to have to play in this game. I would anticipate some crossing things, depending on how much man coverage they play. This could be a big day for Jake Ferguson, when it comes to having to deal with these linebackers, dealing with the safeties. But overall, though, the Giants' secondary really hurts their ability to rush the passer. Because the ball gets out quick. Now there's plays. When they didn't have McFadden in that game, and I know Voch will say probably the same thing. I hope he will.
Sure.
That when McFadden went out, all of a sudden the linebacker, the depth, and all those things as far as how they were defending the middle of the field was really just kind of went out the window for the Giants.
Which is also why it's a good reason to get Turpin involved in the backfield, just to see how they react to it. And if they react in a way that's favorable to you, then throw to Turpin.
Yeah, make them adjust to that and see what they want to do. Do they want to keep a linebacker on them, or do they adjust? And if they adjust, how does that affect the rest of the secondary and how they want to cover those guys? So yeah, it's an interesting chess match that'll be played this week with those linebackers now compromised. All right, let's move on. Let's talk a little bit about the matchup. I want to start first with a topic that kind of persists from the last game. CeeDee Lamb, he had by all accounts was having a really good game for the Cowboys. And then he had just a string of drops, uncharacteristic for him, but certainly just got in a rut where he couldn't hang on to the ball. How concerned are you going into this game that CD will correct that and will be back on track as the guy that's making the plays for the Cowboys?
CD's good to go. He's one of the best, and every time he's had like a mental lapse in the game, the very next game he comes right back and tear it up. I ain't even got to talk about this long. I feel really good about Lamb coming back and being good.
Yeah, that's not even a conversation, a topic of a conversation for me, because he has consistently shown in your career that he's not an inconsistent guy. He's not someone that's just out there dropping the ball and not making those catches. So, and again, we've talked about it continuously. He's been on TV shows and everything. You saw him out there. He's been putting the work in since the day he got back into Dallas. That same day he started working on those. So not concerned whatsoever. If anything, I'm looking forward to it because he has that motivation and that drive to come up and show up and play even better.
High volume receivers drop balls.
That's fair.
And he passed Jamar Chase for most drop balls. He's one of the top drop ball receivers in the National Football League. He's also targeted a lot, and that's going to happen. You're going to make some plays. You're going to miss some plays. He came out and he said, listen, if you feel bad, just imagine how I feel right now. You can't feel any worse than I feel about this. So, but to be honest with you, yeah, I'm concerned. I'm concerned because, like I said, he's one of these guys that it's just when the drops happen. That's the thing that you should be concerned about. Is it something he's going to fight? He's a confident football player, but he has a history. So does Jamar Chase, two of the best receivers in the National Football League. To me, this is an opportunity to get George Pickens going, though, too. Take a little pressure off CD and find a way to get, and I'm going to make this, Nick Eatman always talks about the crazy predictions. I got a couple of them. This is probably going to be a really good game for Tolbert. This is the time when Tolbert, when we're writing him off, and then all of a sudden he has a really good game. So overall, the wide receivers as a whole need to help CeeDee Lamb in this football game.
All right, we're going to take an early break here. When we come back, we got a little Yeti time with Ambar Garcia. She's going to have some questions for us. We'll have a little fun there in the second segment. And then in the third segment, we'll get you guys ready for Cowboys versus Giants. I got some questions about the matchups, and we'll get the predictions later in the show. We'll be back. DallasCowboys.com radio.
You got your
If you can't be at the stadium, there's no better way to watch your Cowboys than on an LG OLED Evo TV. That's because everything you see is more lifelike. Every play, every hit. I mean, you might as well be on the sidelines. That's how clear it is. It's all thanks to LG's legendary technology. Perfect black, over 8.3 million self-lit pixels. No one comes close. LG OLED Evo is the best TV in the game for a reason. See for yourself at lg.com/OLED Evo.
I'm home. Hey, Mom, before you ask, I've done my homework and the dishwasher's unloaded.
Nice. Hey, can you... Hey, hon, yes, I've got the finale ready to play. Here's your wine.
Wow. Isn't it nice not having to ask? We think so. That's why if there's a network interruption, AT&T will proactively credit you for a full day of service, guaranteed. Credit for fiber downtime lasting 20 minutes or more, or for wireless downtime lasting 60 minutes or more caused by a single incident impacting 10 or more towers. Restrictions and exclusions apply. See att.com/guarantee for details.
Hey y'all, Matt Pittman here. As the official pitmaster of the Dallas Cowboys, you know I take cookware seriously, especially when it comes to America's team. So when the Cowboys are away, I'm putting my Yeti cast iron skillets to work to make my game day favorites for friends and family. I'm talking chicken fried steak, skillet queso, and peach cobbler. And just like the Cowboys are forever, so are these heirloom cast iron skillets. Check out the full line of skillets on Yeti.com or at a Yeti store near you.
If you shout, "How about them Cowboys?" you have that undeniable passion that's the heart of Cowboys Nation. And if you like to drink Dr. Pepper, you love the unique blend of its 23 flavors. Together, your one-of-a-kind fandom paired with the one-of-a-kind taste of a delicious ice-cold Dr. Pepper is the game day lineup that can't be beat. Better yet, gather your Cowboys and Dr. Pepper fan friends to watch the next game and crack open a delicious ice-cold Dr. Pepper for everyone. The wins will be even tastier. It's a Pepper thing.
Don't put off getting your oil change, Dallas. Take 5 Oil Change, a proud partner of the Cowboys, is faster than you think. They're so fast, you don't even have to get out of your car. You can take advantage of Take 5's stay-in-your-car 10-minute oil change at any of their locations across the Dallas area. And remember, at Take 5, you stay in your car because they're faster than you think. That means you won't even have time to show off your best touchdown celebration. Take 5, the official oil change of the Dallas Cowboys.
Back to the break.
Choose perfection. Choose LG OLED Evo. Check out the best TV in the game at LG.com.
Welcome back. It is the second segment of the break live from SWBC Mortgage Studios at the Star. Time for a little Yeti time with AG.
Watching? Oh, that's third segment. What I'm saying.
Hey, man. Hold your horses, man.
He doesn't listen.
We just talked about this.
We literally just talked about
I was right here. I know you heard it because I heard it. I was right here.
Did I talk about going into the bushes?
Right.
Amber, what you say?
This segment is presented by Yeti. Officially licensed Yeti cowboy gear is now available at Stadium Pro Shops, concessions, and on Yeti.com.
Yeah, when your college team is kicking the other college team's ass, make sure your beer's in the Yeti cooler.
There you go. Bing.
Bing.
All right, for today's game, I just have 10 questions. And basically, I'm going to ask you guys, I'm going to give you 3 options.
That's the last 2 segments.
Start, sit, or cut. Ooh. And I want you to imagine this. Every time I mention a player's name, we're talking about their prime time. Okay? And we're talking about the current Cowboys roster. So I'm going to be talking about previous players, but imagine you picking them to plug into the Cowboys' current roster.
Troy Aikman throwing the ball to Turpin.
For example.
At their prime. At their prime,
like their prime year.
Okay, cool.
Okay. Right. Number 1, start, sit, or cut. Prime, Des Bryan, Michael Irvin, or CeeDee Lamb?
I was born in 92. So I saw a whole bunch of Dez Bryant. And I saw Dez Bryant be fantastic when he was at his most fantastic. Even in doing my research, I saw Michael Irvin run a lot of slants, and I know he won Super Bowls, and you probably can't say nothing bad about them 90s characters up in here. But I'm going to always pick Dez over anybody else because I saw Dez do phenomenal football stuff. Oh. So you say it was Dez Irvin and who? CeeDee Lamb? Boy, they don't want to hear me say it's about Michael Irvin. I know he's 90s. I know all this.
Don't worry about it. I'll carry on this
one. But if it's modern football, it's more about moving guys around.
I've seen all these guys. Yeah, we're good.
If it's 90s football,
we're good.
I mean, pardon me. If it's current football, moving guys around is an advantage, right?
We're good.
Are you sure?
We're good.
I'm gonna go Dez.
Dez, okay.
Dez start.
Dez is my starter.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna bench Michael Irvin. I'm cutting CeeDee Lamb. I just punked out. Cool. Okay. That's where I'm at. But Dez is. I'm not moving. I'm not moving on Dez 1 though. Dez is phenomenal. At the top of Dez's game, if Dez would have been with Roger, Troy, whoever, Dak, prime Dez with Dak, that would have been crazy. But go ahead.
That's fair. Derek, you got this one?
Yeah. I'll start CeeDee Lamb. I'm gonna sit Dez, and I'm gonna cut the playmaker.
So we right here almost with.
Yeah. And again, it is not about like this is hard. Obviously, you cut anybody, but I do think in today's game, I think I'd rather have the athleticism of those other 2 guys.
Yeah.
More than Mike. That's a hard one though.
They would have.
That's a really hard one.
They would have found a way
Ryan's
to take
about to drop
slant
the
away
bomb.
from it.
How about y'all fix this, bitch?
I was standing.
I was there that day.
I was standing right.
Leadership right there.
I was scared.
It's grittiness.
Rich, you were there?
Yeah.
You were in there? Yeah.
Rich,
I didn't know. I was brand new. I didn't know what was happening. I'm like, oh my God.
You're like, this American football stuff is crazy.
Man.
It's going to go Michael Irvin.
It's all right.
It's going to go Dez Bryant.
You're a little older.
And it's going to go CeeDee Lamb. that's the way it's going to go.
So neither one of you guys love CD like I love CD.
I love CD, and I really just kind of punked it.
But the word cut kind of hurt me there because
Yeah.
I would say, what do I say? Not play, move on, something like that. But no, I think CD. No, this is one of the most difficult ones. You're probably of the 10 you're going to have. This one's probably going to be the most difficult one to have to deal with.
Yeah,
but
I want them all three.
I tell you what, I argued the Cowboys. Dallas Morning News had the top 100 Cowboys. I was fighting for Des Bryant to be higher on that list.
Yeah.
You know, when you start to tell, he needs to be up there with Michael Irvin. He needs to be up there with those receivers.
Do you think he'll get
Bob
into the Ring of
Hayes.
Honor?
Des?
Yeah.
Man, I mean,
because you're going to put him up there.
Like second all-time touchdowns for this team, something like that. In Jason Witten number one?
Yeah.
Des Bryant's got to be up there, right? I mean,
yeah, Des up there.
I would like to think that Des Bryant has an absolute has an opportunity to be in the Ring of Honor. It's unfortunate, man. It's just unfortunate that his time was, nothing wrong with Romo. Man, he and Romo were friggin' great. You know, it's just latter part that things kind of fell apart for him a little bit there. Yeah.
All right. I'll move on to the next one while you look
Second
that up.
all-time?
Yeah. So we keep it going because I'm looking at the time.
Okay.
Question number 2. Start, sit, or cut. Tony Romo's clutchness. Troy's pocket presence. Dak's leadership.
Wait, so we're only taking that characteristic about them?
Yes. Not as a quarterback whole package.
Tony used to
Just
throw the
Dak.
ball to the other team, right? Like at the end.
So give them to me again.
Romo's clutchness. Of him making those escapes and plays like that.
Okay.
Aikman's pocket presence. Dak's leadership.
I'll go. Give it to me. Aikman, Romo, Dak.
Did Aikman have great pocket presence because he had the best offensive line of all time?
Man, this guy killed me for all those years.
Okay, you wouldn't know. Okay, cool.
I watched him. I watched him surgically. We had good defenses in Green Bay, and like with Reggie White and those guys. Yeah, they had an offensive line was outstanding. He had outstanding running back, and he had Michael Irvin, who was the best wide receiver, I think. But when it came down to him, his ability to make plays when they absolutely needed to make plays, he found the way to move the team, and I have the utmost respect for him. I think Romo's the clutchness with him. I think if you put Roger Staubach in that list and said clutchness of Roger Staubach, I might have to put Roger Staubach over Troy Aikman in that vote for me.
Well, I'll go Troy, Dak, and Tony in that order.
Yeah.
Yep. I would do the same. I would go Aikman, Dak, and then Romo. And I would say this too. I would even say, if you're talking about the best attribute of these guys, I would say Aikman's arm was even better than his
accuracy.
Accuracy.
Yeah.
He just had the ability to put the ball on a dot. Like, I mean, he was so good at that. And I think that's honestly, I feel like if Troy Aikman had been in an offense where they didn't have the kind of running game the Cowboys had, he might be among the NFL's all-time leading passers. Because of his ability to throw the ball. They just didn't have to a lot of times. They ran the ball a lot. When they could have thrown the ball, they ran the ball.
They threw the ball to get a lead.
Yeah.
And then they killed you with the running game, and then they killed you with the pass rush.
Yeah.
Trust me.
Imagine if he'd have been in one of those air attack offenses where all they did was just throw. He could have his numbers would be off the charts.
Been just fine.
Yeah.
Been just fine.
Start, cut, or sit. Elite pass rusher. Shutdown corner. Lockdown linebacker.
Elite
pass rusher. Shutdown corner. Lockdown linebacker.
Okay, so now, so you're talking about Sanders. So I'm just.
You don't have to put a name.
I'm not
to
putting
it.
a name. I'm just in my mind. I'm thinking of elite and just the players in that in your categories. So you're thinking of DeMarcus Ware. You're thinking of Deion Sanders
and Sean Lee with 2 good knees
and a healthy Sean Lee.
This one's easy for me. I go shutdown corner, then elite rusher, then lockdown linebacker. Because I think when you got a shutdown corner, a true, let's be clear.
Sure.
There have only been probably 3 or 4 of these.
Reeves
in the
or
NFL.
somebody,
Yeah. But if you got a true shutdown corner, he takes away half the field.
Yeah.
And that forces defenses to adapt to him. When you got an edge rusher who's really good, there are things you can do. You can chip him. There are things you can do to kind of neutralize him a little bit. You can get rid of the ball quick. When you got that shutdown corner, half your field's gone. So good luck with the other half, because half the field's gone. I take the shutdown corner every day.
I would go pass rusher.
Thank you.
I would say corner, but just because you're good at one corner doesn't mean that you're good at the other one. You know what I mean? So I'm gonna go pass rusher. But I keep thinking about Fred Warner and the fits that he's always.
Yeah, I was trying to think of the depth.
But you're gonna take him over Dion?
No, probably not.
Fred Warner?
So I mean, you take the best player at those three positions in the history of the NFL, and how would you order them? Right? That's how I look at it. And if you tell me I can get Dion, I'm taking Dion over whoever else. And then I'll take Lawrence Taylor.
I think in this era,
I would take Lawrence Taylor over Dion probably.
That's a pass rusher.
Yeah.
To me, it's the pass rusher, then it's the corner, then it's the linebacker. That's why I would think, because to me it's what they always tell you this. It's guy throwing the ball, guy stopping there from throwing the ball, guy protecting the guy throwing the ball. That's what they always tell you about building teams. Give me the edge. Give me that guy. Give me that edge. Give me the corner. Then give me the linebacker. Even though the Cowboys have had a great history of linebackers, but I mean, you start to talk about, and I could go all the way back to Harvey Martin when you start to talk about pass rushers. I could go back to that era. Think about Charles Haley being here too, if you want to do that.
Let me ask you this: Does that question not get influenced by? We just finished saying there may be 3 or 4 true shutdown corners in the history of the NFL.
Sure.
We can name a whole list of great edge rushers in the NFL. Is it not easier to find a great edge rusher than it is to find a true shutdown corner?
I just think that you have more of them, like just the pipeline of like talent that comes out of
that's my point.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's more.
Sure. But man, just because you're good at one corner, don't mean you're good at the other corner. Just because you're good at corner, don't mean that that your run game is good or your run defense is good. And all.
Well, just because you have a great edge,
sure,
that doesn't mean you're gonna have a good run defense. We've seen that.
If I got a fantastic, like if you got,
she said pass rusher,
right? Yeah. That doesn't mean you're gonna have a great run defense.
No, she said pass. I'm thinking pass.
Right. I understand that. I'm saying his point was, like he was
talking about the run.
You're not going to have.
Yeah, Derek, we're talking about the run.
That's why you got the damn linebacker.
Come on, man.
You don't.
Yeah.
You chose the edge.
He's pass rusher.
So you don't have the linebacker.
I've got the pass rusher. I got the cover man, and I got the linebacker to make up for the end that doesn't
give
play
me
the
all
run.
3. Okay, give me all 3,
and it also doesn't. Your corner that doesn't tackle either.
Yeah, Dion.
Let's talk about running backs. Emmitt Smith, Tony Dorsett, or Ezekiel Elliott, 2016.
Ooh.
I was born in '92, Ambar. Come on now, I wasn't here. Emmitt, Tony, Zeke. Zeke was only really good for. I don't want to talk about Zeke like that, but Zeke was only good for like what, 3 years or something? 2 years, 3 years.
Yeah, it's probably 3 years.
Like truly elite to be in this conversation.
Or we're just focusing on their prime year.
So prime.
Prime.
Okay, she said 2016.
Not career.
You're talking about me not listening.
Okay. So 2016 Zeke, 93 Emmitt, 77 Dorsett.
Give me Dorsett, give me Smith, give me Zeke.
Yeah, I'm with you. I think the skill set of Dorsett, I think that would have been my guy. That would have been the starter.
Emmitt was tough, though, too.
He was.
Damn.
All of these are hard.
Hey, Dorsett played with an outstanding offensive line. So did all these backs. If you want to look at prime rookie Zeke, rookie Zeke's 2016 offensive line was really, really a good line. They played, but Dorsett played. But I think that Emmitt had the best offensive line of all the offensive lines they've ever had.
Would you take 14 Murray over 16 Zeke?
Nope. Okay. Not for me.
Wow.
Not for me. I think the skill set of Zeke was better.
Zeke got a hell of a skill set. Murray was so tough, though.
Remember that thing? Because then Murray got hurt. And then remember, we were always worried about Romo in December.
Mm-hmm.
And Romo all of a sudden in December started throwing the ball well because he didn't have to throw it the rest of the year. I mean, Murray broke his hand or
here would be the difference for me. The difference for me is the breakaway speed. Sure. I think that was Zeke, and I don't think DeMarco had that. We saw DeMarco get run down a few times. Like Zeke wasn't getting run down his rookie year. Like when he got behind the defense, he was
fumble
going.
against Green Bay was hard.
They ran him down, but they didn't always bring him down once they caught him. Right?
I think Zeke's breakaway speed.
Honorable mention.
Voch, I wish you could have seen Dorset play.
I didn't see Dorset play.
You would have
Yeah.
liked Dorset.
Out of respect, I set him way up.
Oh, no, you did.
I wasn't there.
All right. Again, these are people you would plug into
When were you born again?
the roster.
92, sir.
Okay, thank you.
92.
Yeah. March.
People you would plug into the current roster. Okay.
Okay.
Barry Switzer.
Oh.
Tom Landry.
Oh.
Okay.
Jimmy Johnson.
Wait, so Landry,
Johnson, Switzer.
Switzer.
I just saw the documentary.
Give me Landry, Johnson, then Switzer.
Yeah, Derek, I would go that yeah, those guys. Yeah, boy, I remember watching Swiss and them, and boy, they wasn't disciplined at all with Swiss. Jimmy had them boys right when I was 1 years old, boy, 2 years old, boy. Yeah, so I'm going that one right there, Derek.
Yeah, I watched 20 years of Tom Landry.
He was there.
Yeah, I was there. So give me Landry, give me Johnson, give me Switzer. I might take Parcells over Switzer.
I was there for Parcells.
I would too. I was there for Parcells as well.
I might take him but he took the pile of crap team we had for 3 years. And
I thought about Parcells.
A playoff team.
Took him to the
That's a coach. Cowboys just got him too late in his career.
Yeah.
He could have made a difference if you got him earlier in his career.
I was telling someone the other day, I was as I watched.
Fired me.
We got a lot of great stories. As I watched that first year with Parcells, that's when I started realizing the difference between coaches in the NFL.
Yeah.
He used to do this thing, the middle of practice, every practice, where he basically would bring the team up. He would talk them through a scenario,
right?
Random scenarios.
Right.
You are at, it's 37 seconds left in the game. We have the ball on our 27-yard line, and we're down by 4 points. And they would talk through the scenario. They would say, here's what we will do in that scenario. And then they would run through it. And that's when I started learning how some coaches prepare their teams for so when they got into games, there was no situation that was like weird for them. They were like prepared for anything, absolutely anything.
Exactly, to your point. Remember the Giants game on Monday night in New York, and they threw the ball on Antonio Bryan. The kickoff goes out of bounds. They make one throw, and then Billy Cundiff makes a long field, made a bunch of field goals. But that's stuff that Parcells kind of worked on into the game adjustments and he told you this is going to happen in a game, and everybody's like, yeah, right.
Yeah.
And then sure enough, it's like, how the hell do we do that? They worked on it on Wednesday.
Yeah.
They did that exact thing on Wednesday to work on this.
Yep.
That's all.
I have more, but I don't know.
Tell you what, let's go to a break. We'll come back and maybe we'll hit a few more. We'll be back. DallasCowboys.com radio.
Shouts out to Yeti.
Every day begins with a promise to work hard and to build a future. That's why we're here, providing the tools, expertise, and John Deere equipment you have relied on for generations to help you get the job done right. We're with you. That's our promise to you, because no matter the project or the challenge you're facing,
we're with you. We're united.
I'm home. Hey, Mom, before you ask, I've done my homework and the dishwasher's unloaded.
Nice. Hey, can you... Hey, hon, yes, I've got the finale ready to play. Here's your wine.
Wow. Isn't it nice not having to ask? We think so. That's why if there's a network interruption, AT&T will proactively credit you for a full day of service, guaranteed. Credit for fiber downtime lasting 20 minutes or more, or for wireless downtime lasting 60 minutes or more caused by a single incident impacting 10 or more towers. Restrictions and exclusions apply. See att.com/guarantee for details.
It's the official men's skincare brand of the Dallas Cowboys, Jack Black. And right now, Cowboys fans can get 15% off their $75 order. Plus, because every deal needs a playmaker, your order will include a free 5-piece skincare set and free shipping. The Jack Black Playmaker is 4 of Jack's favorites and a full-sized intense therapy lip balm. Make a play for the playmaker at getjackblack.com/Cowboys with the code CowboysVIP. That's getjackblack.com/Cowboys with the code CowboysVIP.
How's it going? You see that Cowboys game?
Oh, I watched. Been seeing some good things.
Totally. They have some talent.
Yup, some great talent.
And they got some fight.
Hoping this is the year.
Me too. Oh, I'm Cody, by the way.
I'm Travis.
Nice to meet you, Travis. Go Cowboys.
Go Cowboys!
Make a new friend based solely on their shirt choice. What would you like the power to do? Bank of America, the official bank of the Dallas Cowboys. Copyright 2025 Bank of America Corporation.
From the field to the festivities, Lucchese embodies the essence of luxury and tradition. Handcrafted with meticulous precision, each pair offers unmatched comfort and style. Stand tall while you're tailgating or cheering in the stands with the Dallas Cowboys collection by Lucchese.
Shop the collection today at the Lucchese store at the Star in Frisco or online at lucchese.com. Lucchese, the official boot of the Dallas Cowboys and Dallas Cowboys cheerleaders.
Back to the break.
AT&T connecting changes everything.
Welcome back. Final segment of the break live from SWBC Mortgage Studios at the Star. This segment brought to you by
blockchain.com.
Thank you, Brian. Appreciate that. All right, let's jump back in. Amber had some good questions for us. Yeti time with AG. Let's do a couple more questions before we get to our wrap up and talk about the Cowboys-Giants matchup.
Okay, we'll do two more.
I'll try and
Start, sit, or cut. Balanced offense. Aggressive defense. Elite special teams.
Offense, defense, special teams.
Offense, defense, special teams.
Offense, defense, special teams.
Aggressive defense means what?
You're shutting.
You're like
you're going
taking
out.
care.
So shut down defense.
Yeah.
Great offense.
Yeah.
Great special teams.
Yeah.
That's easy.
I'm offense guy normally, and I have that bias.
Yeah.
But if the other team can't score,
they ain't winning.
You know, so I always talk about being born in '92. I saw the Ravens and Bucks win championships like that. Like
talk about them '85 Bears.
85 Bears.
Yeah. So, and I'm just imagining right now,
Cowboys.
like,
Well, for offense is more. I meant like you have a good balance on
Sure.
offense. You're not like the,
You can run it and throw it.
Yeah.
I've seen the Cowboys.
And you're not bad in the red zone.
I've seen the Cowboys and the Saints, Brian, have the number one offense and go like 8-8 or something. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And I just keep thinking about, man, if Dak had a shutdown defense and he only had to score 13 points, how fly would that be? Give me the defense first, offense second, teams third.
Yep. I'm the same way. Defense, offense, special teams.
Didn't we see recently, though, like the Denver Broncos when Sean Payton got them, that they were really, really good on defense and terrible on offense with, like, the quarterback?
Sure did.
And they didn't go anywhere. They lost a bunch of games.
But that also tells me maybe they weren't one of the great defenses. When we've seen the great, like think about the Ravens, the Bucks, their offenses were bad. Yeah. And those defenses were so great that they went straight to a Super Bowl. And
Peyton Manning Broncos was a really good defense, too.
It was,
Seahawks was really good ones.
Yeah.
All right. Ball control, methodical offense, aggressive, blitz heavy defense, explosive, fast paced offense.
Wait, you said two offenses?
Yeah.
You could either have the ball control offense,
Where they're very methodical about it.
Yeah, or the air raid offense that goes after you.
Clock is king. So I'm going the slow whoop you upside the head, kill time offense.
Yeah.
And I would much rather have a super high flying offense than a blitz and blitz and defense don't really matter that much to me. I would rather the defense just not give up points. Like you can blitz and give up points, you know. So I'm taking the two offenses first, slow methodical, then the super whoop your face offense, and then I'm going blitz and defense third.
I agree with that.
There you go.
Especially,
man, there's nothing worse than somebody runs the football on you and you can't stop them.
Mm-hmm.
I've stood on the sidelines and watched that. It's so hard to go with. Give me the methodical offense. Give me the defense that's blitz happy, because what's going to happen is I'm going to hold the ball. I'm going to force you to pass,
and they're going to score.
So I need the blitz. I need
because you in man coverage all day.
I need the blitz happy offense. I need the blitz happy defense to keep them from throwing the ball on me to get back in the game, and then I'll take the high flying offense.
Okay.
I got one. Shouts out to Yeti. The 70s Cowboys offensive line, the 90s Cowboys offensive line, or the 2014, 13, 20, 20
with Doug Free
14, 15, 16.
2014.
Amber knows a lot about
Cowboys. She just did a fantastic documentary that I would have loved to have been a part of because I'm an offensive line fan, but it's all good. I was late.
She'll probably win an award.
She's probably going to win.
I was not employed here when this was happening.
Oh, we're working here now.
I'm here now.
Give me the
we here now, baby.
Give me the 90s Cowboys, the 70s Cowboys, and then that group with Ron Leary and Doug Free and those guys.
This is a bit unfair because I've only watched two of those lines. I didn't watch the 70s line.
I've been commenting all day on things I didn't see.
Yeah.
So please, give it
the 70s line was legit. That was that. They Rayfield Wright.
Yeah.
Those, that was they had, they had some they had some big time players.
I
Hall of Fame players.
I will trust you on that. I will say the 90s line is better, but I don't know that. I would say the 90s line is better. And then I will say the 2014-ish version.
Ambar played this game for me today. I appreciate that. Yeah, this is simple for me because it was the 90s. I mean, I saw that firsthand, and then I lived the 70s offensive line of going to games, and they were great. But, man, that 14, 15, 16 line, Jason Garrett and them talked about, hey, we weren't very good. We were getting old. They replaced a bunch of guys. That thing, and you throw Bill Callahan in there coaching some of that stuff, man, that was.
Brian, let me ask you this:
right.
the Cowboys 90, let's say the 93 line, how much different was it than the 96 line when Larry Allen was there?
Oh,
look at your face.
Yeah, no,
look at your face. Larry Allen was the reason.
I tell you what, man. I mean, they like Mark Tooney, Nate. Eric Williams. I tell
Eric Williams is.
See, I tell
he was on track to Hall of Fame.
I've only seen. I mean, I've saw Reggie White physically break down, not wanting to play Eric Williams.
Mm-hmm.
That's how bad
Eric
that was for him. Yeah, and I don't think Eric Williams gets nearly the credit he deserves. Man, he was tough. He was tough on our guys.
I agree.
Okay, that's all.
All right. We got a couple more minutes here. Let's hit I have a couple of questions for you guys. One of them I want to get to. I want you guys to rank this in order of importance. These 4 items, and I'm talking specifically about this week: Cowboys versus Giants. Run the ball, stop the run, stop Malik Neighbors, protect Dak. How would you order those as far as importance this week for the Cowboys?
Keeping Dak safe is number one because that's where the Giants are really good. You don't want to get in this situation where you have to throw the ball and the Giants pass rush is just beating you down. So if you can keep Dak safe, then I think that's one for me. Those corners, you can find ways to whoop up on those guys. So passing the ball is going to be how you really get away with this thing. Then the Cowboys running the ball is going to be second to me. Even if Neighbors ends up getting like 80, 90-some yards, you don't really see nobody else really going crazy like that. So I'm going to prioritize Cowboys offense first, and then Neighbors, and then run. What's that last one?
Stop the run.
Stopping the run. The Giants will stop themselves from running the football. So don't even worry about that.
I don't want you to say that because then we're going to come up here Monday and it's like,
well, that's their fault.
They went for 200 rushing yards. Like,
if that's the case, you better hit the draft show sounder. Get ready.
It's over with. It's over with.
Let me run the football. I think that'll take a lot of pressure off him. Then I'm going to stop Neighbors. Then I'm going to what's the other one?
Protect Dak.
Protect Dak, and then the final one is stop the run. Yeah.
Right.
Oh, there were 4?
There were 4.
Oh.
Run the ball, stop the run, stop Malik Neighbors, and then protect Dak.
Okay. I'm going to go with protect Dak, stop the run, run the ball, and then stop Neighbors.
Okay. All right.
I would love it if the Cowboys got in this groove to where last week Williams got 15 carries. Let's see what Williams looked like getting 20 carries.
Yeah.
Let's just see if the Cowboys can turn into a team that can win running the football. You want Dak to kind of take over and whoop up on the Giants because that's what Dak always does.
I'd love to see this.
But let's further improve this run game unit. Clayton Adams came out and said, half the time we were looking fantastic, half the time we didn't we just didn't look all that great. Let's work on because this is the Giants, right? Yeah. And the Cowboys shouldn't be overlooking anybody. But if there's a game where you can work on stuff and get better at stuff and maybe you don't have to throw your best punch, this is the game. So let's work on the fundamentals, the basics. Let's run the ball and let's.
This is why I put stopping the run higher than what you did because, again, I've seen it so many times again and again when they haven't nobody running back and they still are able to put on yards against you and have trouble. And so that's why I'm still, regardless of it being the Giants, regardless of what we saw last week, regardless of the people they currently have over there and what the offensive line is doing or not doing, it's still something that you always have to be aware of.
Yeah, I look at it and I say this matchup is made for them to want to run the ball, not just work on it, but you think about the fact that this is a defense that loves to rush the passer.
That's it.
And let's also not forget they're compromised at linebacker. Yeah. So if there's ever a week where it lines up to say, hey, pound this team and let's see how many yards you can get. You can get on the ground.
Running the ball.
This is the week.
Running the ball protects Dak.
Yeah,
just naturally.
Absolutely.
Yep.
All right, let's get to predictions. What do you guys think is going to happen this weekend? Give me your prediction and your final score. Voch, you're up.
Cowboys beating the hell out of the Giants by like 30 or something. So whatever.
So 10-40. I mean,
38-6 or whatever.
All right.
Smoking the hell out of the Giants, something like that.
They only get 6 again.
Yeah, whatever. 2 field goals, they deserve it.
Go ahead.
Coming out of the Cowboys gonna whoop them early. Then coming out of half, the Giants gonna get some energy, and they gonna get stopped and kick.
Tell them why they're gonna get some energy in the second half.
Hey man, the Cowboys like to let people back in the game, but maybe Bryan after some sort of delay, the defense come out and play better. Bryan,
there's no such thing as a delay in a dome stadium.
It's fair enough.
It's not gonna happen.
Lose the lights, open the roof.
Yeah.
This is what I think is going to happen. This is again the crazy prediction. Thank you, Nick Eatman, for all this. I think Dallas is going to get a comfortable lead in the first half of this football game, and then I think they're going to go to Jackson Dart in the second half. And all of a sudden, now it's going to turn into some close moments. But Dallas,
he's going to get them going a little bit.
He'll get them going a little bit. There might be a little momentum for the Giants. So I think Dallas wins this football game. I'm going to say Dallas wins this game like it's going to be 27. I think the Giants are probably going to make it a little bit closer. I'm going to say they're going to get 16 in this game. But it's going to be because Jackson Dart takes over at half, and all of a sudden the Giants get a little life. That's what I was trying to get you to say.
I'm not going to say what you want me to say.
Even though I like to put a little more respect on the Giants because they are still an NFL team.
That's fair.
But
Actual.
I still think this is going to be a game where the Cowboys do dominate the game, mainly because, again, the result that they had last week against the Eagles, and they were not satisfied at the end. You saw Bryan Schottenheimer and the way he spoke. I think he's very well motivated. You're going up another division opponent. So I think they go and score more than 30 points. I can see a very balanced offense where they're able to run and they're able to throw those passes. CeeDee Lamb having a great game. And then on defense, I think they kind of put up a more consistent game from beginning to end. I think they're able to use this game to just get more in line with what they're actually planning on doing for the rest of the season. So yeah, I go more than 30, and Giants are still able to score about 12 points.
Oh.
Yeah, I look at this team and I say this is a team the Cowboys have traditionally over the last several years put up a lot of points on. I don't think this is any different. I look at the first half of last week's game. Cowboys were scoring and the Eagles were scoring, but it was a game where both offenses were rolling.
Sure.
I don't think I think that break probably did more to slow them down than even the Eagles did offensively. So I think the Cowboys are going to continue that scoring this week. I think they win big, 41-17. They put up some 40 burgers on this team before, so I think this offense is probably one of the better iterations of the Cowboys over the last several years offensively. I think they're going to put up big points this week. I think Pickens is going to get involved. He's going to have a big day. We'll see how it goes.
Not related, but why is it called 40 burgers?
I don't know. I just heard the term and I liked it.
It's like 40 ball, 40 piece. Just, I'm saying.
Yeah, works. It works. It sounds good, right?
I guess.
You got me.
Shouts out to Jeff. That's why I first heard it.
Yeah, me too. That's the first I heard
the words of Rowan Cabner. You got me.
Very nice. All right, we appreciate you guys joining us. Back next week, we'll tell you what went right and wrong for the Cowboys. Till then, for Voch Lombardi, Bryan, Broaddus, Ambar Garcia, I'm Derek Eagleton. This has been The Break, live on DallasCowboys.com radio.
This has been a production of DallasCowboys.com and the Dallas Cowboys Football Club.
How about this?